Why are the Citizen Advice Bureau saying this to illegal immigrants? Oh, and by the way, we're funding this advice, even though we don't want these illegal immigrants here in the first place. It is absolutely disgusting. Hey up everyone and welcome to Political Nerds. I'm Steph the Alter Nerd, your nerdy political guide from Washington DC to Westminster and beyond. Now of course, before I jump into this, the usual disclaimer. Do your own research, come to your own conclusions, and I'm not inciting hatred to anyone or particular group, religion, etc. So let's jump into it with this post from Restore Britain, because when I saw this, my jaw dropped to the floor. I was like, what the hell is this nonsense? And they're asking one very important question to all of this, which is, why is the Citizen Advice providing this advice? Your options if you're in the UK illegally? As Restore Britain says here, the only acceptable option is deportation. But this is what the Citizen Advice Bureau is doing. They're advising illegal immigrants. And we're funding this advice, even though we don't want these illegal immigrants actually here in the first place. This is absolutely disgusting. Here we go. If you're living illegally in the UK, you might be able to apply to make your stay legal. You'll be living here illegally if you came to the UK without permission or your permission to stay has expired. You can also get help returning to your home country if you want to. You can't live in the UK legally but choose to remain here. Life could be difficult. You can be charged for some NHS treatment or be detained and removed from the country. You might be exploited at work or struggle to find housing. In other words, this is the Citizen Advice Bureau that we fund as taxpayers, right? Advising illegal immigrants onto how they can stay here in the first place. How they can get their legal right to remain in the UK indefinitely. The Citizen Advice Bureau is acting, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, against the best interests of the British public. In my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, the Citizen Advice Bureau is acting basically against the British public in the first place, right? Because when you look at the polls, when you look at the overall sentiment of the British public, what are you finding? Deport, deport, deport. All the illegal immigrants, get them out, deport, send them back to where they came from. Oh, and if those countries refuse to take them back, we sanction them. We sanction them. Sanction their backsides. Let's punish them then until they fall into line and they take back their own people. It's as simple as that. But no, right? You've got Shabana Mahmood, right? Our Home Office Secretary, recently trying to take a hardline stance, right, on refusing visas from certain countries, even though the certain countries that she's mentioned are actually predominantly Christian rather than Muslim, but there you go on that. She's trying to take a hardline stance, right? Yet we've got the Citizen Advice Bureau, governmental departments, and all that jazz doing the exact opposite. Helping these illegal immigrants to stay here. What is this nonsense? What is this nonsense? And so here, Restore Britain, why is Citizen Advice providing this advice? Why indeed? The only acceptable option is deportation, and this web page must be urgently removed. Yes, it should. Illegal immigrants should not have access at all to the Citizen Advice Bureau. Not at all. They haven't paid into the system to be able to have that even chance opportunity, that impetus to use this in the first place. And yeah, the Citizen Advice Bureau is taxpayer funded. It is. Says here, yes, the Citizen Advice Service receives a significant portion of its funding from taxpayer money via government grants and local authorities. Well, guess what? Whilst this webpage is on the Citizen Advice Bureau site, and whilst the Citizen Advice Bureau, as far as I'm concerned, is acting against the interests of the British public and against what the British public wants when it comes to dealing with these illegal immigrants, do you know what? I don't want any penny of my taxes going towards, as far as I'm concerned at this point, this corrupt organisation who is acting against the interests of the British public rather than for. It's as simple as that. This is disgusting. As Rupert Law says here, it's disgusting. Citizens Advice, delete this page and report any known illegal migrants to the police. That's exactly what they should be doing. Instead of offering their services to these illegal immigrants and advising them on the best ways to stay here in the UK and become legal, they should instead, as soon as an illegal immigrant walks through their freaking door, they should be onto the police straight away reporting an illegal immigrant in this country, because guess what? We have laws against illegal immigrants. It is illegal to come into this country without going through the proper channels. And let me put it this way to you. Going on a freaking dinghy from France to the UK is not a proper channel to get into the UK, even though they're crossing the English Channel. So it might get a little bit lost in translation with those idiots, to be fair, but still. We're talking about another channel, i.e. the legal route, not the illegal one that they're doing at the moment. This is nuts. This is insane. More and more as time goes on, I am seeing examples of institutions, governments, organisations who are supposed to protect us, who are supposed to be acting in the best interests of the British public, who are supposed to fulfil the wants and needs of what the British public want, doing the exact opposite. And we're paying for this. We're paying for this. Which is an extra freaking kick in the teeth. Never mind a kick up the ass. It's a kick in the teeth for us as well. I am sick and tired of governments, organisations, institutions of kicking us up the backside and kicking us in the teeth at the same time and telling us to smile as they do it. You know what? Piss off with that nonsense. With that being said, if you appreciated this video and you want more, and unfortunately with the state of the UK at the moment, there's going to be more, then make sure you subscribe here at Political Nerds. If you're watching on X, make sure you're following me at Steph Alternerd. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. I mean, what do you think to this nonsense? What do you think? Are you as angry as me with this? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I appreciate all your faces. And until the next time, you guys, laters.